Hello and welcome to this edition of Kids Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. Today we're in the school library because the kids are already back to school, but it's here where they learn about all the subjects that spark their interest. You know, learning is a good thing.
It is, and it's fun, but not just for the kids. It's also for the parents. And you're going to be surprised on today's show how you can discover a lot of things that could be called a learning experience.
That's right. We're going to learn about testing for the flu, planning meals for the entire family, and getting the little ones the nutrition that they need.
And we have fashion for the girls, and we're going to show how to get the kids in a bathtub.
All right, that's more of a magic trick.
So stick around and see it all right here on Kids Spaces.
When parents are put in charge of planning the meal for the entire family, that is a tough task. You got to keep a couple things in mind, like it's got to be easy, it's got to be cost effective, and it's got to be versatile.
Exactly, and when you're considering the main part of your meal, you know, the meat, is it kid friendly? Well, Kids Spaces has you covered.
With the back-to-school hustle and bustle, it can be hard for busy families to get together. Mealtime offers a chance to reconnect over a great dinner. Today we're talking about meals that aren't only tasty, but easy to prepare, even easy enough for the kids to get involved in the cooking. One versatile solution, pork. But before we get started, let's meet registered dietitian and mother of three, Liz Ward, who's here to tell us about the versatilities of pork and how they can pair up with a variety of different ingredients and flavors. Welcome to Kids Spaces, Liz.
Thanks, Kirsten. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here.
I have so many great menu ideas for busy families, and I have excellent tips for cooking pork that anyone can use.
Why is pork the ideal choice for family mealtime?
Well, you know, pork pairs well with many different ingredients and flavors. Pork is a great value, and on average, the most common cuts of pork have 16% less total fat and 27% less saturated fat than they did nearly 20 years ago.
So, what are we cooking?
Well, we have happy pork chops, which is an easy one skillet meal, and we have Cuban Glazed Pork loin, which actually makes 3 meals out of 1 cut of pork. The first dish we're going to make is happy pork chops. You know, I really like this dish because happy pork chops goes from the skillet to the table in just about 30 minutes. And if you have a busy family like mine, time is really precious, and I'd rather be spending time with them than in the kitchen. So the first thing we'll do is heat up the oil.
Okay.
Okay, it's 2 tablespoons of oil in a nice hot pan. Need to get that going there. Give the pork chops a little bit of salt on there. Nice. And a little bit of pepper. Sear these for about a minute. You just want them to get brown. You know, you're searing in the juice.
Okay.
So that your pork is nice and juicy and tender.
Now, is pork good for the family?
Pork is very good for the family. You know, several cuts qualify under the government guidelines as lean, such as these pork chops that we're using today, and other cuts from the loin, okay, like a pork roast.
Okay.
And you know, pork tenderloin even qualifies as extra lean.
Really?
Yes. So we're just going to take this out now. Looks like we're all seared up. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So now we have a little bit of the juice and some flavor left in the pan, and we're going to be adding 4 cloves of the minced garlic, 1 medium onion chopped. Cook that for a couple minutes. So now we're going to add 2 cups of rice.
Just directly like that, uncooked?
Yep. So what we're going to do is be adding the chopped tomatoes that we have here and the jalapeno. Add 1 cup of water. We're going to be adding another 2 cups of fluid in the form of chicken broth. Just cover this and let this simmer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yep. So let's check on the rice. Yep. It looks like it's just about done.
Yeah.
Doesn't that smell delicious? We're going to put all the seared pork chops in here. And then we let it sit and simmer for about another 8 or 9 minutes.
Well, we'll check on that a little later, that's for sure.
The next dish we're making is Cuban Glazed Pork loin. It makes enough to make 2 additional dishes, the pork tetrazzini and pork tortilla soup. First, you just place the frozen orange juice concentrate. It's about 2 tablespoons. And then we have taken a lime and we've zested it. And we've got about a tablespoon of that lime zest right there.
Oh, wow.
1 or 2 tablespoons of the lime juice as well. And a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of the minced garlic, 1½ teaspoons of cumin, and we've got 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and a ½ teaspoon of the freshly ground black pepper. And then all we do is just mix that up. This is so easy. Put this on the meat, spread it around. You want to make sure that you're covering it all. Pass me that bowl.
There you are.
And just simply put these nice sweet potatoes, a red onion, and I mean, how simple was that? You know,
the colors are gorgeous also.
Yeah, that took 5 minutes to put together. What you do is you roast this at 20 minutes per pound at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
I'm the person, I always overcook my pork, always.
Right. There's no need to overcook pork if you just use a digital thermometer like this. Okay, and you cook pork to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and that will let you know that it's done. It's also a way to ensure juicy, tender pork every time.
Now for the delicious part of today's Kids Faces. To show everyone the versatility of pork, we've got 5 different dishes here in their final stages, and what makes them all great is that they're quick, they're easy, and you can involve the children in the entire process. So, Liz, tell us what we've got going on here. These all look delicious.
Okay, we have the happy pork chops, which are so, look at them, they're so delicious. You just want to have them right now.
Dive right in.
Served over a bed of rice. So, you know, this can go right onto a plate and you're done.
Ready
you have
to
a
go.
dinner.
Nice.
And then we have the pork loin that we made. Didn't that come out gorgeous?
Yes.
And served with the sweet potato and the red onion. Looks so beautiful. And of course, this recipe made enough to go on and make pork tortilla soup for later in the week.
Nice.
Okay, and also the pork tetrazzini, a beautiful dish, so appetizing. And then the pork and apple cheddar burgers made with lean ground pork, one of the most affordable cuts of pork in the meat case today. And this is a great recipe where we can get the kids involved too.
Well, Liz, is there anything else you wanted to mention to us before you go?
Just that families can feel really good about choosing pork for its nutritional value, great taste, and affordability.
Well, I'll tell you, Liz, you have totally inspired me to want to stop at a grocery store on the way home, pick up some pork loin, and maybe try a couple of these recipes or maybe something else a little new with a little twist to it. I want to thank you so much for coming on to Kids Spaces today. Thank you for all of the excellent suggestions on how we could make a balanced meal for the entire family out of pork.
Well, anytime. It's really been my pleasure to be here, and I just want to let people know they can go to theotherwhitemeat.com and get great recipes and tips that parents and kids can use together to keep the tradition of family mealtime alive.
Nice. For more information, go to designingspaces.tv and click on Kids Spaces. Thank you for watching. I'm Kirsten Hill.
Okay, we learned a lot today on Kids Spaces. Let's see. We had nutrition and health, bath time, and fashion.
And we never even had to open a book.
Well, you know what they say, not everything can be learned in a book.
That's right. You can see it on TV.
I don't think that's what they meant.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Kids Spaces. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
We're
going to go reading now.
Not
everything. No.
I'm going to look it up.
Can't be learned. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.